Hey everyone, PK here in Sydney in Bella Vista at my in-laws place. We're just going to the park. It is about 10 a.m. I think, so pretty good day here. I just wanted to talk today about lending strategy. So lending strategy is as important as suburb selection. Not many people recognize this. Not many property investors pay enough attention to lending strategy. Obviously, you have a good mortgage broker and that's essential, but you can get your lending strategy wrong and that will inhibit you from being able to get maybe the second, maybe the third, maybe the fourth, maybe the fifth investment property, being able to actually service it. And, we want to get as many as possible. Well, that's technically not true. Not as many as possible, but as many that our strategy requires. And if our lending strategy is wrong, then we can't get all the ones that we need. Therefore, we can't generate the passive income. Okay? So if you're kind of thinking, look, I've already maxed out my borrowing capacity and I'm only on one property, or I can't even get a loan and I don't even have any properties, or I have 5 properties already and I'm struggling to get my next one in terms of serviceability, then an essential thing that you should consider is what increases and what reduces your borrowing capacity. And the one thing that I learned, and I didn't know this before, but the one thing that I learned was that if you go interest only, it actually reduces your serviceability. Okay, so it's a bit counterintuitive because you're probably thinking, well, if I'm on interest only, then that's actually improving my cash flow because I'm not paying principal. So, right, shouldn't the banks think that as a good thing and improve my serviceability because of that? Actually, it's not the case, because what banks consider is you're on interest only for 5 years or 10 years. These days, it's more like 5 years. And then they do their calculations based on the additional principal that you'd have to pay in the remaining 25 years of the loan. Right, so they're kind of fast forwarding 5 years and saying this person is going to have to pay that much more principal, and we're anticipating that and therefore lowering their borrowing capacity, lowering your borrowing capacity now. Okay, so it's counterintuitive because it's actually enhancing your household budget. It's reducing your expenses because you're not paying principal, but in the bank's eyes, it's lowering your borrowing power. Okay, so that's really, really important to note. There's other things like credit cards. A $6,000 credit card limit is going to reduce your borrowing capacity by up to $30,000, $40,000. Having children, we can't compromise on that, but having children reduces your borrowing capacity. My son's all the way back there, better head back. What else? Talked about credit card, children. More than increasing your income, increasing your expenses has a disproportionate impact on your borrowing capacity. So reducing your expenses by $10,000 affects your borrowing capacity more than increasing your income. There's all these things that you need to be aware of, and by being aware of them and by creating and crafting the right lending strategy, you should be able to get that next purchase. You should be able to go from 1 to 2 properties, from 2 to 4, from 4 to 6, 6 to 8. Now, it's not going to be possible for everyone, but why leave money on the table, right? There's about 15 things that you should be considering, and interest only is the one that I wanted to talk about today. So hopefully this was valuable. I'm not a mortgage broker, so if you do find a very, very good mortgage broker, a really good mortgage broker can be the difference between 6 properties and 8 properties. Okay, so I just want to leave you with what I said before, which is lending strategy and these nuances are just as important as suburb selection. Okay, so don't underplay that in your overarching strategy. You're the captain. Property investing is a team sport, but you're the captain. Okay, so make sure you're organizing your troops, you're organizing your team appropriately around you to get the outcome that you want. And for most people, that's passive income. All right, so I'm here at the playground. Better go. Catch you later, guys. See ya.